certainly dig your receipts in your channel and everything. So I wanted to ask you, were you watching Daryl's channel last night in the 18? So you ain't see when Kim allegedly snapped, crackled, and popped on Marcellus?
Really?
God, I need that receipt.
Did he take it?
Daryl
Wait a
took it
minute.
down. He took
He
it
took it.
down. Yeah, he
Ooh.
took it down. It was reported to me that transcript had it and snap, crackle, and popped on all them on the panel. And allegedly, she had snapped to the point where they tried to, how you try to take something down and then everybody laughed, but transcript stuff was still up. So she was going in on mad church disease, and the stuff was still running. And allegedly, she had snapped to the point where they tried to, how you try to take something down and then everybody laughed, but transcript stuff was still up. So she was going in on mad church disease, and the stuff was still running. But don't nobody have
Okay,
it. And I
so
just find that crazy. Everybody didn't end the live, so it kept running. So it was reported to me that you could hear transcripts still snapping. No, it fell apart on live, and then it was reported to me they thought they ended the live, but it was still going on at least maybe transcript end work. So Daryl took the whole thing down. So I don't know, but I hate that I missed it. But what took me out is the fact that Knockout Stalker Self. I've been trolling his channel all day. If ain't nobody have that hot clip, that hot tape, he be on buildings, parking lots. Come on, he ain't even got it. Or one of his supporters, like nobody like grabbed the clip. I am so disappointed. She asked transcript, like, girl, what had happened? But again, transcript, keep it cute, keep it above board. And so she didn't really get into it. So I hate that I missed it. But yes, so allegedly, it was reported to me that she let Marcellus have it. And it was reported to me she let Marcellus and Daryl have it. And I think they're going to try to let it slide because, their numbers have really been down, right? So I think people missed it. Obviously, people have missed it. Everybody missed it. They, nobody's watching no more. So I usually tap in. I hate I miss that shit. So I would have got, that stuff. I do want to say I am very disappointed in you. I am extremely disappointed in Knockout. I'm disappointed in myself. We missed some hot tea yesterday, and it's gone forever. We missed some hot tea.
See, Afro she got some babies around here. See, Afro got a lot of goddamn rotten ass children in the corner. They running around here rapping. Woo! Woo! Oh man, shout out to Afro.
Afro Svengalis remix. Shout out to Remix. You are correct. The rotten ass children of the corn. They were out in full force on Friday. So let me tell you what's going down, folks. Here is the ultimate fact. What's right is right. You can continue crapping on people who've done nothing to you. Not a thing to you. You can even decide to keep dogging folks out who've extended nothing but kindness and support to you. You can even be straight up malicious, cruel, vicious, and abusive. Deliberately, intentionally, move about in this manner. It's your choice. It is going to come back. I don't know if you want to say biting you in the ass, blowing up in your face, whatever it is. But again, the chickens keep coming home to roost. And they were roosting on Friday night. Folks were out in full force. The rotten ass children of the corn had their recorders rolling. 2 fell off and 2 stayed on because it didn't appear anything was going to be happening. Little did we know, we all were wrong. So let me set this up for you. There was a discussion Friday night between Let me see your handcuffs and the people on the screen. And as we know, let me see your handcuffs is extremely disloyal. She's treacherous and she's a backstabber. Didn't like to hear any sound advice. Never likes to hear sound advice. And let me give you this little gem. Exactly what you're going to hear described about her. Someone on that panel had a concern, issues with her about taking information and running off with it, being irresponsible in what she posts. And that's exactly what we experienced when she perped on to AFW. So that is being addressed. And let me also say this. I don't know anything about the person. I think the name might come up once. There was some dust up regarding coverage about this individual having to do with the so-called church sector. I don't know anything about the case. I would appreciate people not leaving comments if you notice the name, because I am focusing on the fact that Let Me See Your Handcuffs is a treacherous backstabber, and you're going to see that play out. Without further delay, I'm going to tell you now. Don't touch that dial after you hear buyer beware.
I don't believe that the authenticity of who he claims to be is authentic, and therefore, when we have had him on Church Folk Revolution shows and radio programs, he to me has revealed himself on a consistent basis. And this show, I think that he just did, or that Kim just premiered on her channel, gives testament and evidence to that. Kim, first of all, let me start off by saying this. Do you recall when you all first got on this story, do you recall me telling you this story was going to go absolutely nowhere? Do you recall me saying that to you?
Yes, and can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Are more of the questions going to be directed towards me that I can't answer?
No, because I'm only going to ask you the questions that I think you can answer. And since you were the one who actually posted the show, hold on, may I finish speaking?
Okay, please? Go ahead, sir.
Okay,
go ahead.
Thank you so much. Since you are, promoting or producing the programs on the Let Me See Your Transcripts network, I feel, some of the questions I'm directing to you because you're a little bit more familiar with the story. I won't necessarily be directing the questions to you per se because you can't speak for Demetrius and you can't speak for the Unmuzzled crew. So I'll just be directing the questions to you that I think you can answer. Unlike the question that I just asked you about what I asked you or how I informed you at the beginning of that.
Okay. Well, where his ass go?
I'm sure he'll be coming.
You encourage this. Get back here. Okay, Marcellus, in all honesty, I really not be asked questions about this because last week when you asked questions, I kind of felt on the spot and I can't answer them. And actually, a lot of times, I'm also learning from you. So I want to hear your thoughts, not you asking me questions about it. I'm reporting it. Now, if I find out some information, I'm like, oh, Marcellus is right. I need to stop doing this. Or like, oh, I found out some information. I need to let Marcellus know that he could be wrong. So right now, if you're gonna provide a commentary about what you saw, I'm all for listening to it, but I'm not all for trying to do a question and answer session.
Okay. Well, my question and answers will be directed toward Kimberly Chandler, and those questions will be directed toward things that as I said before, I think you can answer. Now, since you are stating that you are reporting the story, one of the things that Kim, that I am very big on is that when you are reporting these stories, that you all do some level of research, and you try and find an understanding of why things are the way they are, and you can really give a greater articulation to these types of matters. Part of the problem that I have with a lot of content creators, and I'm not just directing this towards you, Kim, I think a lot of content creators are lazy. And I was talking to another content creator yesterday, and I was telling her that to not be a lazy content creator, because to be a good content creator, you really need to answer the who, what, when, where, and why when you bring things forth to the public. I have a very difficult time with just people, throwing things up on YouTube and talking about it without trying to do some level of research. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be, 60 minutes deep into your research, but I am saying you should know a little bit more about the subject matter, especially if you're claiming to be a person who's going to give commentary to it. And I don't think that that's an unreasonable request, right? I think that is something that, I think it's legitimate, and I think that that's something that people should think about when they're bringing commentary. So that's neither here nor there. Who's going to the restaurant? Kim, you going to a restaurant? Hello? Did she mean she was going to the restroom? She put in restaurant. I didn't know. She meant she was going to the restroom. So she gonna get up and walk away. Okay, so let me talk to y'all, the public. Y'all listen to me and understand vocabulary.
Daryl literally said hours ago, Marcellus, steer clear of the church stuff. Kim, don't talk. Let Marcellus finish his statement. But then throughout the Friday Night Live, you keep saying stuff about synagogue, and then Marcellus is shady about synagogue.
I'm shady? Maybe she don't know we can hear her. Let's just listen in. Any questions, you all?
I didn't even give commentary on what was said. Okay, and now you're gonna come the next day and ask me questions in front of everybody. And then you know what? He totally dismissed what I said and said, well, I'm gonna ask you questions that I think you can answer. Mary, I just said I don't want to answer any question. I had to step away from the computer. I said I'm going to the restroom, or I think I said restaurant. I said I'm going to the restroom. I put it there. In the chat, typo, I'm listening. But right now I'm calling you. I really am not.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
I know. I'm not crazy. My niggas. What the fuck? Like, maybe because you don't have to match these channels, and I have invited him on my channel about church stuff, but I'm just like,
wow.
I feel like I'm being put on the spot, and he can even just shade me right now.
I'm not even shading her. I just ask questions.
You do your research before you do on church copies. And I was like,
but I have told her that personally. That wasn't throwing shade.
Yeah, more so just how to forewarn you. And I told Sharon T. Leonard, I said, you already did. Like, we had conversations.
We're getting an exclusive here.
And I even told her, hey, you want to critique what this man said last night? Go right ahead.
I didn't need her permission. I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, I like to get into question and answer interview about it. I just don't feel like it. Only one you can out-talk me, out-church me.
Out-church you? How do you out-church a person?
I said, you're an attractive black man, so everybody gonna think it's out. Nigga, I'm not gonna do this. The thing there, if I call him a narcissist, he be wanting to get offended. Because this was some narcissist shit you did.
I'm getting offended? Did you hear this, Sarah?
I am not answering any questions about the thing last night.
Maybe she forgot to put her phone on mute. This is a World Star exclusive.
I missed the first 10 minutes part. I was trying to, multitask. It was my second live of the night. I'm just like,
Sharon, I know.
it's like,
because nobody likes to be challenged on their foolishness.
and then Marcel's gonna say, yeah, for those of y'all who don't know, synagogue, he's from Texas. I don't know where he's from. Liar, you know he's from Houston. I said, oh, he's from Houston.
She called me a liar.
I'm not trying to go to man church, man.
That's the second time this week, or in 2 weeks.
You personally don't like the man.
Everybody knows that.
Your program and said some shit you don't like. Now he's trying to do a change and help these people, but you feel like, oh, it's not gonna go anywhere. And it's like you're gonna debate me on it. I don't want to debate about this shit.
Hello, Kim. We're here. We're still here listening. How you doing?
He doesn't want. Yeah, that's what Senegal is doing.
Oh, she gonna keep talking and go away.
Gonna call the man a narcissist.
She not.
Senegal is a narcissist. That's what hell. Right now, you're actually trying to use your narcissism for good.
Oh, he's using his narcissism for good.
Like
you use it for good. No, I don't like the man.
I've
been clear.
Like the man.
No, I've been very clear.
Anybody
confused in the chat about that? Don't go nowhere, Daryl. Hang on. This is delicious. I'm eating this like a morsel.
At the cigar lounge and enjoy.
You want to have a program, and you want to
and I'm gonna
do your commentary.
Why didn't she mute herself? Kim, we can still hear you, but can you mute yourself so I can really give my commentary? Thank you. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you can clearly hear that some people is upset at the fact that I'm giving commentary to Demetrius Senegal. Let me tell you why I have decided to give this type of commentary and why I think it is necessary and why I think Kim should be willing to answer some questions. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's one thing to put up a video and talk about a situation. Don't offer any commentary to the situation because you don't have a history of understanding the things that are being spoken of. And then when someone else tries to give you an understanding of the situation, you get all up in your feelings because I'm trying to address a situation so that you can be knowledgeable about the situation. And you just want to throw up videos, not give any commentary to the situation. Oh, Samba Queen, I'm with you. Oh, I'm with you, Samba Queen. And it's just very, very interesting. I think that if you're going to make commentary about these kind of church matters, you should have some knowledge about the things that you are talking about. Oh, no, Kim, why are you in the chat? We're on a live program. Can you hit the button? You're more than welcome to speak because you got a whole lot to say. That we listened to the whole conversation of what you had to say. I don't understand why she's in the chat and not on the live. We're on the Daryl. Can you speak? I know you going into your deal.
Oh, good. I don't have to repeat myself. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
I don't know if you did that on purpose, but Kim, I'm going to remain calm and respectful as I have been in these matters when I speak to you. Although I'm very surprised to hear some of your private thoughts concerning the matter, because I think those are things that you most certainly should have been able to tell me, like I tell you how I feel when you do things, and I don't, do that. I do that. I tell you. I don't tell other people. I tell you.
I have told you these things. I'm sorry, everyone. My mic is really good. It picked up everything
let's pause. Yes, it did. And I'm quite sure you wanted to do that. So
actually, I didn't. I didn't know.
Okay. Oh no. I'm sure you didn't. Here's the thing, Kim. I think it is important, and I'm not throwing shade at you, Kim. I was trying to be respectful and not mention you by name because, as I said to you,
but everyone knew you was talking about me.
No, stop.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not just talking about you, Kim. I'm talking about several vloggers in the church sector, or whatever you guys call it, a sector. I'm talking to several people who tend to throw up videos or throw up subject matters without actually having any knowledge of the subject matter. And I think it is important that if you're going to discuss these things, that you have some knowledge of the things that you are talking about. Since I have known you Kim, I have told you, you need to learn the who, what, when, where, and why of the subjects that you are speaking about. You don't just throw a video up and leave a video up. Don't give any commentary to the subject matter, and then you just go off into the distance, and then when somebody comes